Hello there, Happy New Year 2021. Actually, I filmed the video on New Year's Eve, but I'm going to put the video up today. So today I'm going to be making a video on some seeds that I'm sowing at the beginning of the month of January. The first seeds I'm sowing are cauliflowers. So got variety Snowball here. Mayflower is also another variety of cauliflower for early sowing. I'm sowing lettuces, purple sword Celtuce stem lettuce and also winter gem lettuce here. Spring onions, also known as scallions or bunching onions. So I've got varieties Feast and Redbeard here. White Lisbon is another variety, and also if you want a red one, Apache. I have chili variety Basque here, and here I have Onavec hot peppers, sowing those today as well. I have golden chard here, leaf beet. I've also sown varieties such as rhubarb chard in the past, and also Ford Hook giant chard. Chard is a great vegetable, one of my favourites to grow. Turnips, this is purple top Milan, and there's also a variety called Snowball as well. I will show you how I intend to sow these. Now what I do is I get a cell tray like this, 6 cells you can see here, and what I've got here is some multi-purpose compost, and I'm just putting it in like this. Now this compost was very cold, because it is cold at the moment, and what I did was I kept it inside for a while and warmed it up so that I'm not plunging the seeds into cold compost. Now put it in like this, and what I do is I push it down like that so that's nice and tight and firm. Yes, you use more compost up this way, but of course your seedlings will thank you for it. So push it down and get it nice and firm. Going to sow these spinach seeds. Now these are going to go 1 seed per cell, just like so. And now I'm just going to put some multi-purpose compost on the top, like so, and just push it down a little bit. Don't forget to put your tags on so that you know what you're growing. These seeds are all sown on tightly packed compost. Now the chard leaf beet here, you can see I'm growing this in the same way as I am the spinach, so going to put a layer of compost over the top of these here. You can see I've sown the turnips quite densely here. Now what I'm going to do is plant these out in the plugs, and as they grow I can remove some of them, but not too fussed about getting huge roots on them because you can eat turnip tops. Now with regards to turnips, you have to be very careful when you are transplanting them because they can be easily damaged. The cauliflowers I've planted 1 or 2 per cell. Purple sword Celtuce 1 or 2 per cell. 3, 4 or 5 for the Redbeard spring onions. The Feast spring onions, I've sown them a little bit thicker, there may be even around 10 seeds per cell, so a bit of an experiment going on there, and the spring onions I intend to be planting out in plugs. Onavec peppers, 1 per cell. Basque chilies, there's 1 per cell as well. So with regards to chilies and hot peppers, it's recommended you germinate them at about 25 to 30 degrees C, which is around 80 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. But I've found that they do germinate a little bit cooler than that, but that's the general advice anyway. Winter gem lettuce, 1 or 2 per cell. I will now cover these seeds with a layer of multi-purpose compost. Now where am I going to germinate these seeds? So they're going on a south-facing windowsill. Now I wouldn't even consider leaving them outside here in the polytunnel at this time of year, expecting them to germinate, because we're getting some rather cold weather at the moment. Tonight it's meant to get down to about -3 degrees C, which is around 26.6 degrees Fahrenheit, so relatively chilly. Now when I water these, I'm going to also be watering them with some tepid water. Don't want to shock the seeds. You want to give yourself the best chances possible in order for these to germinate, because it's quite an early time to start germinating seeds. But many of you are aware that I like to try different things, and I'm expecting quite a high success rate for the germination of these, because I'm going to employ a good microclimate in terms of putting them on a south-facing windowsill. Now it is quite often advised not to put them between the curtain and the glass because of the cold air in between that void, but I haven't got much choice. That's where mine are going to go. With regard to watering, I'm going to water them when I take them in, and I'm going to water them about once or twice a week. You don't want the growing medium, the compost, to be too wet, because the seeds may rot or may not germinate. So don't have it sopping wet, just keep it lightly damp, and your chances of germination and success will be much higher. There we go, people. They are the seeds I'm growing at this time of year. If you like my work, please feel free to like, share and subscribe, and you can always check me out on Dan_Home Gardens on Instagram if indeed you're interested. Thank you for viewing. See you next time.